everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Ormy, and today, playing more Football Manager 2021, and we're back with the Swansea save. We're rebuilding the Swansea Way. You join us at an interesting point in the season. As you can see, we're lined up nearly halfway through the year for the first Welsh Derby of the season. 18th place. A few games above, but still lingering near the relegation zone, is Cardiff. A good team, solid players, underperforming vastly. Top scorers are 5, 4, and 3 goals. Top assists are 3 at the club. You know, it's not really working out. And despite them having a few good players and some excellent loan signings, it's just not working. It's just not working for them. We can see over their season, a half-decent pre-season up in Scotland, and then losing to Wickham in the AFL Cup, the League Cup that is. Getting off to a good start against Coventry, following that up with a local rival win over Bristol City, but losing away to Millwall. And then Rotherham, Wickham, Huddersfield, QPR, Brentford, probably went a lot more to that run. Then a decent run. Watford and Birmingham bookend 5 unbeaten. Draws with Stoke, Barnsley and Bournemouth at home within that run. So while they capitalised away from home to bookend that run, they didn't really do too good actually at home. They followed that up with a loss against Blackburn, which matches what we did at home against Blackburn, to be fair. And now they've got us, and then following up, another tough little run of some good teams. They've also drawn Newport County away in the FA Cup, so that should be a bit of a barnstormer. And we don't actually meet them until April. April 2nd, we go to their ground, to Legoland, as we like to term it. Because it does look like it's built out of Lego a little bit. So, the curse of a modern stadium, I guess, but yeah, we'll go to Legoland Cardiff, and that will be in April. So, well, it's not going well for them. You can see here, it's actually going quite well for us. And if we look at our team, we start off with good midfielders. Vasiliadis, I think is how you pronounce it. I think it's a hard A. Vasiliadis, something along that line. Very good Greek midfielder, solid player. Has become quite a good player for us and slots right into that midfield. He's not doing too bad so far. Jack Wilshere, still the quality when he can play. He's missed a few games, but he's come in and done a good enough job in that midfield, bringing back Captain Jack. Always a good idea. And the big signing for me is 21-year-old Tim Roning. And what a good goalkeeper. Solid, very, very decent, young Swedish goalkeeper. Tons of potential. In other saves, I've seen him go to a few big clubs like Liverpool as backup to Alisson, Man City behind Edison. So when you see that kind of thing, I think he's been a starter a few years in at PSG as well. You know he's a very, very good goalie. And I still think that's my best bit of business so far on this game. 2.3 million. My best deal on FM21 to date. Ivan doing a good job. Gibbs White still holding on to his slot. Matty Grimes, the class in midfield. Ryan Bennett's having a great season in real life. He's not doing too badly in the game. Connor Roberts, good. Victor Campazano, solid, very solid. Top goal scorer, 23-year-old. Bit of promise about him. Not the quickest guy, but 700,000 is a very, very good price for the return we're getting, I feel. I still think he needs a little bit more to his game. I think he needs to show a little bit more. He's a little slow. He's not great at finishing, first touch. He's got some other really good attributes there. He does fit the way we play, which is good. He's not entirely happy right now, but things are going quite well for him. And then bringing back Canes, got Manning in there, Byers, Jamal Lowe, Bidwell. Kalaika's done okay. Callinger, not really seen the best out of him yet. He keeps dropping to the bench. Fulton, Branescu yet to make his debut. Cabango actually yet to make his debut this year. Boateng, we signed him in our Catania save live on Twitch as well. And he did a good enough job, but ended up getting sold in the second season. And I think we can see that he's probably going to get sold at some point soon. But as we try and get young, we got Boateng and Jose Cañas. They will need to be replaced as the old men. Morgan Gibbs-White will need to be replaced. He's going out after his loan deal. But we have got promising players. Corey Smith might be another one to have to leave us as well. So you can see here some good plays. Liam Cullen actually scored a bunch of goals. We got 6 for our top goal scorer, 5 then for Cullen, 4 for Manny Grimes, 4 for George Byers, and 3 each for Morgan Gibbs-White and Jamal Lowe. So we're in a pretty good spot. We're picking up a lot of yellow cards. We tend to do that. But I'm pretty happy with what we've got laid out. And the team that we're able to put on the pitch most weeks, I think, is pretty good, if I'm being honest. So I'm fairly happy. I do think we need another striker in the mix. We can probably get rid of a midfielder to facilitate that. And yeah, my money right now is on Corey Smith because being paid the most, his contract's going to run out in about 18 months' time, and he's worth a bit of money. So we can get rid of him, bring in a little bit of cash, refresh things up just a touch, and bring in another striker in his place. That's kind of the idea behind it. That being said, we've got a work permit for maybe a move for Danny Rabat to come in. Not the best, but I quite like him, and I just think it's too much money. So I might end up pulling out of that one, especially when I've got young Cristo here for 110,000, Bargate basement, third, fourth choice, doesn't really need to be much. So one of those two to come in, and then, or maybe both to come in, and then we'll start rebuilding the midfield. That'll give us time to let the other strikers develop. We'll have a bit more depth in the club, and we can actually see if and when we get promoted, if we can actually improve the attack, because that does need improving. And long term, the defense needs a bit of work, but I'm still very happy with how things are. So, looking over our form, going into this Cardiff game, it's pretty good. Very good friendlies. We ended up heading over to the Netherlands. Very good set of results. Friendly Cup, beating Ajax and Racing de Santander. Very, very good. The Cups, we did very well, getting through the 4th round against Preston, taking out MK Dons, Reading, and Wolves along the way. We did lose to Derby County, so there is that. Opening day loss, 2-1. Stoke, nice win. Middlesbrough, nice win. Watford, Barnsley. Tight against Luton and Sheffield Wednesday on the road, but played very well. Back-to-back draws. Didn't really play our best here. Liam Cullen rescues a point, and then back on the road, Campazano kicking things off. Vasilia Ardis, I'm never going to say his name right, getting us off there. Liam Cullen back again, grabbing a couple with George Byers and Morgan Gibbs-White against Norwich in a huge, huge win against a very tough team. We managed to beat Blackburn Rovers. The 2-1 loss to Blackburn I was talking about earlier actually was in the Wolves save we did live over on Twitch. But Blackburn can be quite strong, so you need to keep an eye on them. And then last time out, a solid win again, but it's been Cullen and Gibbs-White in the midfield, kind of driving things on. Byers as well. They're our last sort of scorers. Out of that mix, the last one to score, not in that mix, sorry, the last one to score was Campazano in the 3-0 over Coventry. Bassey from midfield, Cullen, Byers, Gibbs-White. Byers, Gibbs-White, Cullen. So, we need to get back to scoring a few more goals by a few more players, especially our top goal scorer, Campazano. And I think he definitely has it in him. So we'll see how we go. We've got a quarter-final of the EFL Cup, the League Cup, at home to Burnley. That'll be a tough fight, but we'll see how that goes. Brian Bennett is already suspended for that. It's quite a while after the 4th round, but that's where we are. Let me get a decent run then. Preston. Huddersfield away is going to be tough, but then away to Wickham, home to Forest. We've got a home against Reading, away to QPR, then away to Brentford, then away to Ipswich in the FA Cup 3rd round, and away to Derby County. That 4-game run is going to be brutal. The end of season running still looks a little better as similar teams, but in slightly different order. I think we're in a very good spot. If we look at the Championship, we're 6 points clear with a game in hand. Brentford dropping that game just recently. Middlesbrough not making up any ground in us whatsoever. Huddersfield keeping the pace, 7 points back, but we have got our game in hand, as I say, against Cardiff today. So we will see how we get on in that one. See, the results have come in from the day's football. That's why we're playing a game behind. We're actually on the late kickoff due to it being a derby. Some draws in here, a big win for Watford. Wickham getting a very decent win over Bristol City. Bournemouth over Reading, keeping them in the promotion hunt. And Blackburn moving out the mid-table a little with a nice win. Millwall beating QPR. Big sort of result if we're looking at extending our lead in the playoff / automatic promotion race. There's quite a few good results going our way here. Let's hope we can beat Cardiff and take advantage of them, shall we? So we should be going attacking, according to my assistant. I will not. We're not going to reduce our defense duties. I don't think so. And I'm not sure I want to take long kicks. If I need to, I will. I'm also going to load all routines as my basic routines because it doesn't really do anything crazy. It keeps everybody kind of in their positions and not really, too worried about it. I don't like how they're all... Oh, no, they're all wrong. That's all wrong. Okay, we'll build this a little bit here. So if you try and drag the other way back here, because there's a choice between stay back and no specific, it kind of messes things up. What I want to do is actually keep the team in shape. So goalkeeper, back four, MCL there, MCR this side. I know why this is. It's because we're playing different formation to how I set these up. That case, do I want to do something like that? I might want to do something like that then. So put the midfielders up there. Yeah, let's put the attacking mid on the keeper. Strikers attacking. And then we're going to do the same here. Okay, that looks good. What do we have back there? Just the MC. That makes sense. The MC. Probably want to lurk, not attack. If we're being fair. Probably. Then those guys in there. Guys in there. Mark the goalkeeper. Free kicks is all messed up. Two the better in the air. Just go. They'll go back. Stay forward. You play in the wall. I mean, there's too many of these to do, and just going to try and get defaults on, and then we will... what would this be? This would be... okay. It kind of messes them up, but it worked in my favor there. Okay, you look, you go forward, you go short, attack near post, attack far post because you're on the left hand side, and then we mirror that on this side. Might seem a weird way of doing it to people, but a lurk was an edge. Lurk, which will be you, because you come short, you go forward, look at far post, looking at right. We'll see who gets penalties as the games come up. That's as much of that as I am willing to do. I think we're in a good spot in terms of that. Let's clear that overlay. Here, people are fit, people are ready, people know the roles they're playing. Apart from Campuzano a little bit, he prefers to play a little bit more further forward. Doesn't really affect Liam where he plays. I don't know which way round I normally have them. So let's put Cullen as a deep lying forward attack. He can't play. Either one of them is particularly good in the air. We don't have that kind of player. Okay. So, we're about ready to jump in. South Wales Derby. Everything is set up. Everything looks pretty good to me. Diston has pretty much picked the team for me. I like to follow their advice. We've got Tim Roning, Ivan, Brian Bennett, Branimir Kalika, Jake Bidwell. Captain for the day, Matty Grimes, Sebastian Vasiliadis, Jack Wilshere, Morgan Gibbs-White, Liam Cullen, and Victor Campuzano. On the bench, Laurentiu Branescu, Connor Roberts, Jose Cañas, Jamal Lowe, Dennis Collinger, George Byers, Jan Danda, Ben Cabango, and Jay Fulton. For Cardiff, Alex Smithies, Ahmed El Mohari. That's not how you say his name. El Mohammadi. John Morrison, captain for the day. Philippe Benkovic, Joe Bennett, Kevin McDonald, Will Vaux, Joe Rawls, Harry Wilson, Matej Vidra, Kiefer Moore, and on the bench, Jordi Osei-Tutu, Dylan Phillips, Curtis Nelson, Isaac Vassell, Gavin White, Leandro Bacuna, Marlon Pack, Junior Hoylett, and Idris Kanu. Joe Moss in charge. Neil Harris versus Chris Orme. Going at this one by one. Let's go out and do this. Pressure on a couple of the boys. We go out. Won the last 6. Why is there only 5 and that says 6? That's kind of weird, but okay. Start lineup. Cardiff, 2 draws, a win, 2 losses in their last 5. Setting up in a very, very wide formation. We are top of the table. They are down near the bottom. We've got to be favourites. We've got to go control this game from the first moment. We cannot let them get into the game. Jack Wilshere with an early booking. We see if we can take advantage of our play. It looks like right now Cardiff are seemingly on top. Gibbs White with a little bit of a problem right now. I don't want always to ignore that, but I want to ignore that particular advice always. I'm going to go very attacking. Demand more coming into the halftime. Try and get into this game. You put a bit of pressure on them towards the end of the half. So, bright start by Cardiff. We kind of got stuck in our ways. And it took maybe 10, 15 minutes to really settle in. Then by the half hour, we're starting to create chances. And as we push forward, you can see we really did create a lot more in the game. But, gotta say, happy. It takes. Got what it takes. Yeah, we got a couple of bookings in midfield. Bidwell's not having a great game. Gibbs White's having a really bad game and took that knock. Campazano, not a great game. Let's switch those guys round. Let's switch round Grimes and Jack Wilshere. I'll keep Bennett and Kalika in their positions because Bidwell and Kalika, yeah, that separates 6.5s. Okay. I think we can be a little bit more aggressive with things. Be a little bit more aggressive with things. Throw it long. We go higher. That might be the way to go. We need something. Demand more to start the second half. Make sure we're up and running. Slip into attacking. And getting ready to do our subs. Again, few boys underperforming today. Our ratings are coming up slightly. Our ratings are slightly coming up, but yeah, Gibbs White and Jake Bidwell, they're just not looking right now. So Connor Roberts will come on. We'll get George Byers has been on good form. And then I think Jay Fulton into midfield. I think those will be my subs. Courage the team. Okay, here we go. Connor Roberts to Matty Grimes. Takes the ball down back to him. Campazano can't get there, but Fulton off the bench. It's Jay Fulton. Oh, let's go. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Comes from one of these throw-ins. Matty Grimes takes it down well. Lays it back. Campazano shot blocked, but Fulton takes a touch and then drills it near post past the goalkeeper. It's his first of the season. It's off the bench. He gets into it. There's Connor Roberts winning the header from their throw-in. Is this going to be an instant result here from Cardiff getting back into the game? It is. It's Gavin White. Berate the entire team. Absolutely disgusting stuff. Absolutely disgusting stuff. The fact that we just got absolutely ruined after just getting out of trouble and getting the equaliser. And we kind of gifted to them. This isn't something I think throughout the game they've really earned. They've had a good early part of the game. They've gone quiet all the time. It's poor marking, it's poor play, and we let our head down straight away. A chance to do anything else. It doesn't look like it's working out right now. George Byers up front. I'm going to push Grimes and Fulton up on the wings. Roberts and Avon up a little bit. See if we can't get the winner here. Late on, Cardiff sitting back, Bennett to Lopez. Could be the last chance for either team. Vasilidis. Decent ball up. It's pretty poor from the boys. We let Junior Hoylett come back with it here, but Vasilidis. Fulton. A good ball. Could have seen someone play through. It's a bit late to Byers, but there's Campuzano. We get the chance. We don't take it. Right at the death. Campuzano there. Not really good enough. Matty Grimes. Offside. So poor marking after a decent opener when we're in charge of the game. Decent play, but then poor marking really puts us in trouble. Gives Cardiff the equaliser. Gives them a point I don't think they fully deserve today. But we were very wasteful. We played poorly, and we didn't really want it enough. But out of the two teams, we were definitely the better team. They've stolen 2 points. But we were poor. We were poor. And in a derby, that's not good enough. The boys will be upset with me. But that's what we've got to do. Today, we dropped 2 points to Cardiff. Oh. And that isn't a good idea to do. That isn't a good idea to do. All those other results that were going our way, we just give a couple of points back to other people. So, we take a look here at that result. Cullen Roberts didn't do too badly, didn't really do good though. Tim Roning as well, not a good performance, being beaten at his near post. Jake Bidwell, Morgan Gibbs White, 6.3s. In a big, big game like that, I mean, I need to let them both know that will not be tolerated. For sure warning. So used to praising players, I go to it automatically. That was not good enough. So 365s, 263s, a 6-6 from Bennett. Very, very dodgy on the marking side of things. Nobody picking up their man at all. Nobody really wanting to. And it ends up with a very cheap equaliser for Gavin White. Decent player, but gifted a goal out of nothing running down the middle. After we get our goal from Jay Fulton. So, very disappointed to give that one back. It does mean we're still unbeaten since the opening day of the season. I will take that. I will take not losing to Cardiff. But as I say, we did not capitalise. So we've only gained 2 points over Brentford now in the last 5. Not 3. We're still good over Middlesbrough. Huddersfield actually gained 2 points over the last 5 games against us. And the other gains we made are mitigated. We also help Cardiff keep that little run going with it. Winning a few points. I'm not going to lie, I'm really disappointed. Really disappointed. 15 unbeaten. It's really good. It's really good. We are scoring enough goals. We're decent. We're not great. Defensively, we're really good, which is why that goal there hurts. There was no need to concede that. They didn't really deserve it or earn it. We kind of give it to them by not picking up a man. So yeah, great defense, but didn't pay off for us this time. We went chasing. We had a chance to win it in the end. Campazano again. Decent shot, good save, but a bit slow up front, I felt. Not really as quick or as good as we should have been in transitions or moving the ball forward or doing what we really needed to do. So I'm disappointed with that. It's a new deal for Connor Roberts. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a new signing or two up front. We'll be able to really work someone else into the rotation. And yeah, hopefully we'll get Campazano scoring again. If we can't do that, it's going to be a long old season. Still need someone to take charge of this team up front. Moment the goals are very much spread around, and I like that. But I'd also like a big striker who comes in and scores a ton of goals. So we're on the lookout. I don't think there's really anybody I could pick up that I would want right now. Bill Jones, we don't really need that kind of player. Josh King, no. Lee Griffiths, no. I don't think they're kind of the answers we're looking for up front. Although King's pace would be really quite helpful. Loshi, I mean, go bring him back. Go bring him back. I think we're actually going to get a scout report and see 750k. We're down 3 million. If he does well and we sell him for 4 million, overall we'd actually make a profit. Alberto Pelosi coming in with Kanyas back to the club. It's not the worst idea I've ever heard, boys. It's certainly not the best, of course, but it's not the worst either. Bodvason, and let's make sure we add them to the list to see what happens. John Guidetti, again, a player I like, but not really anywhere as good as he used to be. Nowhere near as good as he used to be. Still pretty good and could be a decent fit, I'd say, but yeah. Maybe adds that little target man-esque striker that we might be missing. Then a Cuckoo doesn't look good enough. This Molt, oof. A couple of years ago, maybe. He looked good a couple of years ago. Caden Jackson, pace, and nothing else. Don't really want to add that much of a one-dimensional player. Yeah, there's really not that much. Stockley, big target man, but quite slow. Sam Vokes. He's Welsh. I really don't expect to be picking him up. I'm going to put that out there. Huh. An interesting prospect that I don't think we'd get. Don't know. Again, I think we're going to scout and come back and see exactly what we can get with some of these players. But I don't think there's much on that side of things. We look at who's available for loan. Let's have a look in total first. Let's see if there's anyone we really like. Stefan Johnson, probably not. Oh, Johansson, sorry. Probably not. We're kind of good in that place right now. Goalkeeper, I think we're set. Back in mids. Let's go then for the strikers and see who's available. James Daly from Bristol Rovers. Jack Vale. I mean, there's some good young players, but not really what we're looking for. Scout report. And the other thing we can look at expiring. We'll do a year. White Gale. On a Wickham. Robson can. I think we're probably going to have to wait until we get... We just don't have the quality of players that we really want. Ashley Fletcher isn't bad, to be fair. Like, I could work with an Ashley Fletcher. I could. I jumped about a bit there. Herrera. And I could probably work with Herrera. We've already got a report, but we're going to get probably new reports. Get new reports. Berahino, Advajaj, Craig, Salami, Order. At the end of the day, the scouts might find somebody I normally wouldn't go for, so yeah, why don't we load them up? That being said, if I can find someone with finishing, first touch, dribbling, the technique, yeah, anticipation, composure, vision, work rate, acceleration, pace, stamina. 12s. These are the kind of players I'm going to want to be trying to pick up. These are the kind of strikers I think have something for me. Uki, I just don't see ever joining us. Mbembo, solid, young, far too expensive. Tyler Roberts, probably be far too expensive, but fits exactly what I want. A young player that can fit in and do his job. Kelly Woodrow. Kelly Woodrow is a decent player, you know. Don't know if that's going to work. And Nicholas Castro. Don't know if that's going to work. Oh boy. Let's drop a few of these down. A bit more. Speed Merchant, see who shows up. Oh, he would be perfect. Adamaida would be perfect. Cashcut. Cashcut's not bad. Give him that. I can never remember which way around you say it. These would be my two choices. If I had money to burn, I'd pick up Tyler Roberts and Adamaida. I think they fit what I want to do. There'd be a good partnership up top. If I played two up top, they'd offer a lot more going forward than I currently have. They're too expensive, probably. Either one of them's probably too expensive right now. Can't get out on loan. We offer 5. 9. So that's 7 million for Tyler Roberts. Like, is there any way I can get that money and do that? 7 million for Tyler Roberts doesn't seem bad. Doesn't seem bad. Adamaida. Go down to 1. Easier to calculate the difference between what we offer and what they... 32.5. I mean, that's pretty substantial. There's more or less 16 million. It's... yeah. Probably like 16.75. They'll take 60. There's no way we're going to get that money. 7 million for Tyler Roberts, you know. I don't know. Have your say in the comment section down below what you think might be able to do there. We might just have to go scouting the world ourselves and explore leagues and try and find players we like. And of course, there's old names that we can always go after and see maybe what we can do with them. Tim Pricker looks okay at the moment. He's only just joined AB. That's not going to work out for us, but yeah. See actually who's on the list. We got promoted. A couple of these boys stayed on the lists. We're out the contract. Donnarumma should get a new deal. A bunch of these should get a new deal. Eric Garcia should be possible, though. Striker. Like Milik for the Premier League would be good. The pie would be really interesting if we could pull that off. Diego Costa, 32. I mean, I don't really want to get an old player. Kind of want to build for the youth and bring that young team forward together, but you offer a player like Costa, it might be worth doing as well. Yeah, I think we got some good options. A Benteke. I don't see any world he joins us. Don't see any real way a lot of these players join us, to be fair. We'll add a few more names. Make sure they're all being scouted. See what we can do with them. But right now, I think we've got a good few options. And there's always a chance we can bring about a little bit of change in our fortunes. Maybe sell someone, maybe do that in January and then make a move after that. Not as good as I remember him. Really don't want to go in for like an Andy Carroll. See what we can do. See if we can find someone, shake things up. Give us the push we probably need towards the end of the season. See if we can get promoted, get the job done. But right now, in places, don't think it's fully working the way we'd want it to. That being said, get the scouts up. Let's put them to work. We've got a bunch of strikers now on the list. Some can play winger. We've got Jaras also being scouted. Eric Garcia and Alban Lafont, who is actually way too expensive. We've got our goalie, I think, of the present and the future. I'm pretty happy with that. There's a lot of options here for players running out of contract. There's a lot of young players for the future. Take Gregory off. Vokes is Welsh. Costa's okay. Zula, I'm just interested, and Pelucci is fun. Everybody else, I think, may not be too old, depending how good they are. And of that, 9 of those players would not join, including Diego Costa. But we'll see. We'll see where we go and what it is. But cross your fingers, cross your toes, your eyes, your nose, whatever you've got to cross them. Let's hope we find something that we really like. But we got options. And we'll see who changes their mind about coming, like a Diego Costa I wonder who the other 8 are. Don't want to come in, but I think we're giving ourselves options. I really do. So if we get promoted, as I say, which right now looks fairly likely, we're in charge of our own destiny. I don't think we've been undone anywhere, and I think by and large the squad is good enough and deep enough. We probably just carrying one too many players in attacking midfield or centre midfield for sure. Probably attacking midfield, to be fair, and that's probably Jan Danda. And then we can add in another striker or two, maybe reduce both by one, add in another striker or two, really flesh out that first team squad, and we will see where we go from there. So that's where we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for the continued support. As always, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you are not already subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Check down in the description, links there for the Patreon if you feel like throwing a bit of cash my way to keep this channel flowing. Until next time, thank you very much. See you soon. Take care. Stay safe. We're rebuilding. Keep your hard hats on.